Robert Brown was actually a botanist, and he was trying to observe grains of pollen by suspending them in water. Back then, microscopes were fairly new too, but he was trying to observe these grains of pollen under his microscope. What he noticed was these little, tiny little fine, super fine grains of pollen were jiggling around, or moving all around in random directions. That's the key to this, as if they're being smashed around by something. Robert Brown didn't really understand what he was looking at the time. It took almost 80 years for someone by the name of Albert Einstein to come around in 1905 and look at that again and say, no, this is actually what's happening here is we have molecules that are moving around and they're smashing into the pollen grains and pushing them all around, and that's what's happening here. And we're actually going to try and do some experiments today. We're going to try and show this to you guys so that you can see it for your own eyes. And this is my first time trying this too, so I'm going to be pretty excited if we can actually see anything here. I'm purposely trying to use things in this video that can be easily sourced in your own home, because what I want is I want for you guys to be able to potentially try this on your own and see this for yourself. So what I've chosen to do is I'm going to use milk. Milk has some very fine, very fine fat molecules suspended in water, and these fat molecules should be small enough that we'll be actually able to observe the surrounding water molecules pushing them around, bashing into them, and that kind of thing. So hopefully we can see that. So let's get the microscope out, let's prepare some slides. I'll show you my setup, and we're going to see if we can do this. Alright, I'm going to prepare a slide right now. Here's milk. This is 2%. Put a couple drops. Okay, we'll put the cover slip. Okay, looks good. Let's go toss her under the microscope and see what we can see. Okay, so I just had this under the microscope. It's too... the milk needs to be diluted. It's too much. Okay guys, show you my setup here, how I'm doing this. I got the camera obviously on a tripod just to keep her still. This is just this is nothing special, it's just a high school microscope. I think there was somebody selling a lot of 40 of these at one time on eBay, and I bought one. I think this cost me about 60 bucks, made by Genco, I believe that's how you pronounce that. It's got a 10x eyepiece. Your objectives I think are I don't know, but you can't, the low power objectives, you can't see anything on. In order to see this working, you need to be on high power. So I've got it on 40, and I believe I've got the 10x eyepiece, so I think that's 400 magnification. I think just got the camera set up like this, and we're able to see this on the camera, and I can do some fine tuning here with the fine tuning knob, but essentially that's what you got. Turns out pretty good. So that's how we're viewing that. And then I just got the camera rolling here, and as you can see, we're getting some good images here. I'll have a look at the footage from this camera now. Okay guys, I'm just going to let this run for a bit just so you guys can enjoy watching all the different size particles being flipped around and pushed around in all these random directions. It's a pretty fun thing to look at, especially considering what you're actually looking at is billions of collisions of water molecules with the suspended particles in the solution. So it is quite a profound thing to be observing, and it's even cooler to be able to do this at home with a regular microscope. So it's just, I'm really happy this worked out and that I was able to show this to you guys. Brownian Motion is responsible, or partly responsible, for movement of some bacteria and small single cell organisms. There's a bunch of different interesting aspects of Brownian motion when you get down to this size level. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for stopping by my channel, and I hope to see you in future videos. Talk to you soon.